Hey everybody, Rich Lang with Prep U, just hanging out here in the family room. Well, it is another Thursday, so with being another Thursday, it's time for another range tip of the week. And this one, really important because all of us, we save up a lot of money, or we should save up the money and not just put it on credit cards, but to purchase our first firearm or second firearm or our 40th firearm, and they're not cheap. They do last a long time. If you buy the right ones, they'll last your lifetime and probably your kid's lifetime. So when you buy it, I know you're really excited, especially your first one. You've shot at the range before, and you finally got the money, and you just bought your first firearm, and you really want to go into the range and shoot it. And that's fine, but I want you to think about a couple of things, and that's where the tip of the week comes in. There's a lot of things you really need to do. You could do it with the salesperson, you could do it with the RSO, you could do it yourself, especially if you had firearms. Take a look at that firearm real quick. Seriously. I mean, the salespeople, they'll be more than happy to take it apart for you, take a look at it. It doesn't take that long. If they won't take it apart for you, you shouldn't have bought the firearm there. We need customer service, we'll do that. And the reason for that is everybody's thinking, oh yeah, it's a great manufacturer. They oiled it, they put it together. They're even, some of them you even get a couple shell casings in there for the test fire that they did. But it's not going right from the factory right to the sales floor. So you don't know where that firearm's been. You don't know what conditions it's been stored in. Sure, it's stored in a foam rubber insert, a nice foam pad thing with maybe a bag, which is really nice. Some of the manufacturers put them in a anti-static bag, and you got a real nice hard case, hopefully. And maybe it's not such a hard case, and maybe it's just a paper case. But where has it been sitting? What's been the humidity? Has there been any humidity? Has that oil gotten hard? Has it dissipated? Did they not put enough in? Was that the firearm they forgot to put anything in to it? It's something you should check out real quick. Check the oil. And there's a few other things you really need to think about when you get that firearm. Like I said, I know you're in a hurry. You may even have several of the firearms from that manufacturer, but things change. That's why each firearm comes with a manufacturer spec book, and you really should look at it because every book has in there, read before firing, okay? You do not want to mess up the barrel. You do not want to mess up anything inside that firearm by shooting dry. You do not want to possibly even score the extractor because it can't grab the bullet casing properly and pull it back out again. So here's some quick notes about what you do. You've just bought that firearm, and before you go to the range, read the specs. Find the page that says before shooting and follow those specifications. And I don't care if it says take it all the way apart, oil it properly per manufacturer spec, put it back together, and then go shoot. You can do that in the range. It doesn't take that long. If you need a little help, do that. Also, lubrication. Lubrication is very important, especially a brand new firearm. Now, some firearms also have break-in specifications. A lot of rifles do. I don't know if so many of handguns anymore do. But you need to find out if they have specifications for that. Like I said, I know a lot of the rifles do. You shoot so many rounds and run a snake through it. Shoot so many more rounds and run another snake through it. You really need to do that. So let's now move to lubrication. You need to check before you shoot, like I said, to make sure that it is lubed, it's not super dry. And that first time out, don't shoot a lot. Put a box through it, just to say, hey, I got it, I fired it, I'm really happy with it. Now I'm going to take it home. Now I'm going to take it apart. Now I'm going to oil it per manufacturer specs. Inside that book, it's going to have specifications on how to oil that firearm. If you're not sure after you read it, go to YouTube. YouTube is the best place. There are, for every handgun, every rifle, every shotgun out there, there's probably 100 videos from guys wanting to tell you about how they think you should do it. So take a look at a couple of them. But don't forget, each manufacturer has their own YouTube channel. Or just Google, that manufacturer, that firearm, and you might even, a lot of what I'm trying to say here is a lot of manufacturers have their own website too. Everybody's on YouTube though too, so do that. Look at it a couple of times, but don't just watch one video. Watch a couple of different videos, because not everybody out there knows what they're doing. So just be careful about that. And then clean and lube it, again, per manufacturer specifications. That's really important. And that way you'll give your firearm a lifetime of enjoyment for you, and you're gonna save probably the barrel and the firing pin, the trigger, and all that kind of stuff, if you're not crazy enough and want to change all that stuff out. Well, not the barrel so much, but unless you got a Glock, you can change out the barrel on the Glock. But real quick, something else I want to talk about. A lot of rifles are sold without sights nowadays. Be real careful when you buy your sights that they actually fit the rail that comes on your firearm. And I specifically say that if you're buying US made sights and it's a foreign firearm with their specific rails, it may not fit. We had a couple instances in the range recently that we tried to put some sights on after a guy wasted about 20 minutes trying to figure out, and they wouldn't fit the rail. They were actually MagTech front and rear sights, and they would not fit the rail from this foreign-made firearm. And the foreign company is a well-respected and a very good firearm manufacturer, but their spec rail didn't work. So probably because they wanted you to buy their sights, and somewhere along the line the information was not passed along. Also with sights, you cannot shoot in most ranges unless you have a sight. Take the time to put the sights on at home, unless you want to waste a little while at home putting them on. Red dot, obviously, put the red dot on. It's very easy. It just goes right on the rail, and you're going to want to sight it in. And take your time sighting it in. Don't expect to get it in 2 or 3 shots, although some people have been very lucky and got it in 2 or 3 shots. Each manufacturer is different. Each little screw that you turn either moves the sight quickly or slowly, but you'll find out very, very quickly. So that's it. Today's, I guess it's kind of a dual tip of the week. Watch your sights. Make sure they fit the rails on your rifle or your pistol. Same thing with all your different furniture or hardware, whatever you want to call it. It should be put on at home, except for the red dot. You can do the red dot at the range. It's very, very easy. And since you just bought that firearm and you have paid a fortune for it, and I don't care if it's $200 or it's $2,300 or more, it's still a lot of money to you. Take care of your investment. Shoot it properly. Start shooting it properly. Read the manufacturer's spec. It doesn't take that long. It's probably a page and a half of a little book about this big, okay? And the book's about that thick, but it's probably in 12 different languages, because they sell that firearm in 12 different countries that speak 12 different languages. So that's it for this week's range tip of the week. Oh, and buy good lubricating cleaning oil. All right. Thanks a lot. Like we always say, be aware of your surroundings, no matter where you are at or time of day, even if you are at home. Also, make sure you have at least 72 hours of food for evacuation and bug out. And also at least 30 to 60 days of food stored at home in your shelter, all different types in case you lose the power. It was a good suggestion from a subscriber. Make sure that you have food that doesn't take a freezer or refrigerator, because you might lose power. And also prep like your life depends on it, because it really, really, really does. Thanks a lot. Take care. See you next time.